Hey, I'm Kev, Mr. Cole. Welcome back to TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge. As last time out, we had a victorious return to the mountain course, but now we're heading to Wales and the super fast Super Hillside circuit. So we've got 2 laps for this TT styled event around this 8-kilometer circuit with just 4 opponents, a couple of BMWs and Kawasaki's. I recognise that Windsor name, didn't he come second to us last time out? Let's see if he can one-up us in this event. As we're up at the start, back on the Superbike. Of course, we were back on the Supersport bike last time out. Now we're switching and chopping and changing all the time now between these two. In this second season, well, first season, still believe it to be the second. As we go into this right-hander. This section so reminds me of that Douglas Road section, Kurt Michael section from the TT course. We seem to be doing well at it though. I mean, we're staying upright, which is the main thing. Now we've got to let off pretty early on board this Superbike. We're braking for this very bumpy right-hander wide on the apex. Beautiful really on the exit as well. Let's get up to 6th and then have to let off through the right-hander. And it's amazing how high speed this circuit gets now. As we go through the right, we're going to lift off on the Superbike. Normally we take that flat out on the Supersport bike. Definitely lift off through this left-hander though. And then we've got the fast chicane. Going to go down just to 5th. The first part down to 4th for the right. And accelerate away down this back straight. Absolutely superb. Before we've got some heavy braking going on to try and reach 200 miles per hour. We do! For the first time on board the Superbike, I believe we've gone over 200 miles per hour. Let's get down to 1st for the hairpin. Oh, I couldn't have done that better in my dreams. Beautiful braking. Looks like we've got a good gap behind whoever else is taking part. The lift off a bit early into this left. Could maybe have got it down to 5th. But 6th is a safe gear once again. Smooth and stable. It's the name of the game. So we just ease it into this right-hander, shall we? Down to 2nd. And accelerate away. Well, we've got these sweepers at the end of the lap. The lefts and rights. We go across the line onto the 2nd lap. So we clip the dirt on the inside. I don't want to be doing that. And 2:39 for the opening lap. That's not too bad, is it? As you get the brakes on, down to 5th for the right, and through the left. Get the brakes on, down to 3rd. Once again, you can hear them kind of locking the brakes under braking, which is a bit annoying on board this Superbike. Still not got that feel with the brakes like we do on the Supersport bike. Even though, as you saw, braked pretty well into that hairpin. The opening lap. See if we can repeat that. So ease it in 5th. Through the left. Down to 3rd, just about getting away with it. It was very bumpy, perhaps carried too much speed through there. Let's ease off through the right-hander. In 6th and accelerate. Foot to the floor. Or throttle ride open, shall we say. On a bike. And gentle lift through the right. Then a bigger lift through the left. And then down to 5th, dabbing the brakes. Probably don't actually need to dab the brakes, that's how slow we're going. We've got to keep it in 5th this time. So go out the power slightly earlier. Get up to 6th and try and reach over 200 miles per hour once again down this back straight. As we do it, 201. Getting a bit more speed into the braking zone this time, but again, nicely down the gears, nice smooth brake in the apex. Gonna take that hairpin better than if I tried 100 times. It's beautiful. So at least you've got the braking down for at least one corner on this bike. Just got to work on all hundreds of others now. Get it down to 4 for this left. Accelerate a bit. And down to 2nd for the right. Always careful with the turn in there. Don't want to turn in too early, else you're clipping that fence. It's just kind of hidden behind some shrubs as well, some greenery. Can really catch you out. As you've got just the last couple corners to survive. Go through the final corner this time. We're not clipping the grass on the inside. And we're across the line. Well, we crossed the line in first. We are! By 15.4 seconds ahead of Winter. Once again, we bested him on his Kawasaki, and then the 2 BMWs and the other Kawasaki in last. So we've done well on the TT style event. Shall we actually return and do the mass start event on the Super Hillside? So we've got a 3-lap event against 6 other opponents in it. So that's an unusual number to have 7 of them. So we've got 5 Kawasaki's and a couple of Hondas in this evening time race. 3 laps. Let's see if we can survive. As we're moving up from 2nd. You can have a good start, but that's a really, and that is a very slow getaway. So we've dropped back down to 6th, have we? Not quite last. Getting it to the inside for 4th. That's not bad on this opening lap. Or should I say for 5th? We had actually dropped back down to last then. As we go through the right-hander on board our Supersport bike. So we did the TT style event on board the Superbike. Now we're back to the Supersport bike. And hopefully we can do round the track, which we're very familiar with on board the Supersport bike. Once again, that was probably one of our first times on board the Superbike round this track, and I think we did pretty well. Well, this is a very tricky circuit, so to be racing 6 other opponents around it, it's going to be very difficult, as you can see through that right hand out of the super run, but just on the racing line, couldn't make it through. Now maybe that was our chance to grab 4th before. We have to slow down for the left coming up. No! Down the inside and the right. And now into the left. Get it slowed down. Has... Oh, a couple of riders seem to have issues. They were the leaders, weren't they? So we're up to 2nd. Just got 1 bike in front of us. Let's see how the superb run off the chicane. And now down this back straight. Will we get some slipstream? Let's tuck in. Let's see if we can catch up, as there's already a gap down to those last 2 riders, it looks like. And here we are. We won't quite reach 200 miles per hour, but over 190. It's not bad, as we just zoom down the inside and then into the barrier. That is not good. So we had the touch of a feather on the brakes, and then we're heavy like a stone on the lean-in. That was not good. So we dropped down to 3rd when we should be leading. Let's get it down to 5th for the left. And oh, rider in front at an instant. That's 2nd gone. Now that's our position as we go through the left-hander. Ease it into this right-hander. We're just on the first lap, remember, of a 3-lap race here. We've been taking too many risks. But it does seem like we've got the braking down into that hairpin. That's something we can put in our back pocket if we're like in this position heading on to that back straight. We go through the final couple corners. Oh, this is beautiful with the evening sun. Kind of shining in my eyes, which isn't good, but beautiful for the photographers, no doubt. As we go into the first corner on this 2nd lap, down to 5th, and through the left-hander. Just easing the bike through this first sector. There's no chance of making a move here. We just want to stay close until that back straight. That's what we're aiming for here. So we go a bit wide through that right, had to lift. Could feel the bike was starting to unsettle itself there, but We've got a gap behind to a couple of riders and everyone else is in no man's land. Looks like. Get down to 4th and down to 3rd. For the right and get on the power out the corner as they had a bit of a lead in front. So he came back on the leader through the long right-hander. Remember we had the Superb run on it first lap through that corner. And on the second we have an even better one as she take the lead. You go out through the next right. And then we've got to ease off through the left. So there we go, that's lift off. Get down to 5th as well. Preparing for that corner. And down to 4th for the chicane. Through the left. Bit wide in the right. Had a couple bites at the cherry, getting on the power as well, so we don't have the best run. And this back straight. But looks like we've got a good gap behind. Heading towards the hairpin. As we build it to over 190 miles per hour. We're getting on the brakes. It's all a bit wide in the apex, but this time we don't hit the barrel on the inside. Get a good clean run out the corner. And this is looking very good as well on this Supersport bike. Oh, we do love Super Hillside. We love the Welsh countryside. To go for the left-hander. We love this evening sun as well. I said apart from getting in our eyes. So we turned in slightly early for the left. Then down to 2nd for the right. Oh, that's how you take that corner. You see leaning slightly late. Not undeterred by the bumps though on the inside. And really opened up that corner on the apex. And allowed a good clean run on the exit. And to build the speed up through these final couple of corners to head on to the final lap of this event. This could be a flawless visit to Super Hillside if he just survived this final lap. Just got 8 kilometers to go. Let's go into the first couple of corners. Down to 3rd for the right. Accelerate away. We've got a good gap behind now. And 2nd is way ahead of 3rd as well. So we do not need to push on this final lap. Just keep it smooth and stable. Tenets to live by in this game. So you go through with the left-hander and into the right. Really slow through the bumps there. And to make sure we don't have a read on the exit again, keep it in high gear and maybe tank the rev slightly. But there we go, can finally take that right-hander flat out. That was glorious. He could feel the front slide slightly, but all in control. This Honda Supersport fully capable of taking that corner flat out. As now we lift off through the left-hander. Then into the chicane. Don't even need to brake for it. Just hit it down to 4th. For the left. For the right. Then smooth on the power. Oh, that was nicely done. We're definitely in the flow around this circuit. In the rhythm. Extremely high speed. You've got barely any lifting, really. And then you've got the heavy braking here of the hairpin. Get down to 1st. Oh, that's what we meant to do on the first lap. Even open it up on the exit as well, taking the full width of the circuit. Of the road, should I say. Let's get up to 6th. And ease off before the bump, before it kind of goes downhill slightly through the left. Bit wide through that corner. Maybe carrying too much speed. Then into the next left, down to 4th. Again, dabbing the brakes. And all the way down to 2nd for this right-hander. You can see really open up this corner. With entry very wide arc. A bit wide on the apex, but got the power smoothly. Made it through. And through these couple of corners, sight lifts. Through that right, because that sets up this left. And then you get up the 6th gear, flat out through the final corner. And across the line. And we were super at Hillside. The marshals weren't very impressed with that pun. As we win by 35 seconds. In a lap and a half, we got 35 seconds. Ahead of the Kawasaki's, a trio of them, then a fellow Honda in 5th, and a couple of Kawasaki's at the back with Colin Smith. So I hope you enjoyed our visit to Super Hillside and Wales. That was very interesting on that TT attempt with the Superbike, and then with the Mazda event, managed to work our way through on the Supersport bike. So we've got a few more events to take, it looks like, as we've got this Supersport event. Shall we take that now? Got 2 laps, because our next event is this 2 laps on the Superbike. Or shall we just leave it and then wait for this TT Festival? And then we've got a choice here. Do you want a 2 races or 4 races? I think we do the 2 races. Why would you want to do choice 2? 4 races, you got an entry fee to pay as well, and first prize is half as much as choice 1. And then we've got the Super Hillside Endurance, 1 race on the Supersport bike. We'll definitely give that a go. So we are going to skip this Shore Podgy Hunt on the Supersport bike. Or shall we? Let's just accept all the races. As next time I'll be heading to the Subaru Milford Street circuit for 2 races. But thanks for watching, and I will see you then.